find the singular points. So in general we say that a point z equals z0 is a singular point if function is not analytic at that point. So but this one is not a correct definition of a singular points. But the correct definition of a singular points, why I am saying this one, here we take one example. If function is not analytic any point, then you cannot say function is a means that point is a singular point. Here singular point only means this one is not a condition, means a singular point z equals z0, a point if fz is not analytic at z equals z0 and contain at least one point in every neighborhood of z0, every neighborhood of a z0 if fz is not analytic at z equals z0 and contain at least one point in every neighborhood of a z0 where the function fz is analytic, where fz is analytic. Fz is analytic. What is the meaning of this one? You cannot directly only say fz is not analytic at z equals z0, then this one is a what? This one is a singular point. So at that point function is not analytic, and if we take any neighborhood around z0, that neighborhood must contain at least one point where function is analytic function. So to clarify this one, means we take one example, is example here. Suppose fz equal what? Fz equal z bar. So as we know that this will not satisfy the CR condition at any point. So this one is not analytic anywhere. So not satisfy the CR condition, not satisfy the CR condition. So fz equals z bar, this one is not analytic in the entire complex plane. So if this one is the only definition, fz is not analytic at z equals z0, then according to that definition fz equals z bar means this one is not analytic in an entire complex plane. Then entire complex plane contain what? Singular point. But this one is not a correct statement. And fz equals z bar, for this function there is no any singular point, because if we take any neighborhood about z equal z0 where function is not analytic, we are unable to find out a neighborhood where at least one point where the function is analytic. So only function is not analytic, you cannot say that point is a singular point. So fz is not analytic anywhere in the complex plane, in the entire complex plane. Now, so not analytic anywhere in the entire complex plane. So for any for any z equals z0, for any z equals z0, we unable to find out the neighborhood which contain at least one point where function is, which contain what? Here it will be right. Which contain at least one point where function is analytic. Where function fz is analytic. So what we conclude? There is no singular points. No singular points. So you may say that this one is a necessary condition, but this one is a what? Sufficient condition. So for the singular points, this at z equals z0, function is not analytic, but this one is a necessary condition. What is the sufficient condition? In every neighborhood of a z equals z0, this in every neighborhood there exists at least one point where the function is what? Analytic. So let us take another example. For example, what? If we take fz equal what? Fz equal z divided by e to power z minus 1. E to power z minus 1. So here at z equals 0, function is not analytic. At z equals 0, why function is not analytic? Because e to power z minus 1, this become what? E to power 0 minus 1, this one equals 0. At z equals 0, the denominator equal to 0 means at this point derivative does not exist, and if the derivative does not exist, then we say that at z equal to 0, the function is not analytic. So z0 is a one point. Now we check either this one is a singular points or not. This one is a necessary condition. At z equal to 0, function is not analytic. Now at z equal to 0, if we closely observe this function, this one is a analytic except z equal 0. So what will happen here? This one is z equal 0. At this point only, the function is not analytic, and entire complex plane, the function is a what? Function is analytic. So if we take any neighborhood of this one, any small neighborhood of this one, this will contain how many number of points where the function is analytic? This will contain infinite number of points where function is analytic. This means this one satisfies the condition of a what? Condition of a sufficient condition of a singular points. So z equals to 0 is here what? Z equals 0 is a singular point. Because this one satisfies the necessary and sufficient condition for the singularity. Now we classify the singularity as well as singular points. Now how we classify the singular points? So there are two types of singularity. First one is isolated singularity and second one is a non-isolated singularity. So how we define the isolated singularity and non-isolated singularity? So there are two types of singularity. Singular point or singularity. Singular point or singularity can be categorized as what? Isolated singularity isolated singularity, isolated singular points, singularity, and non-isolated singularity, non-isolated singularity, non-isolated singularity. Non-isolated singularity. Now, isolated singularity is again categorized as what? Three types. First one is a what? First one is a removable singularity. Removable singular points. Singular points. Singularity. And second one is a what? Poles. And third one is a what? Third one is a essential singularity. Essential singularity. Essential singularity. Essential singularity. So there are two types of a singularity, isolated singularity and non-isolated singularity. Now how we define the isolated singular points? Isolated singular points. Once we categorize the isolated singular point, then other singular points with the what? Non-isolated singular points. So isolated singular points, how we define the isolated singular points? Isolated singular points. Singular points. Isolated singular points. So a singular point, z equals z0 is called isolated singular points, isolated singular point, isolated singular point if there exists a small real number, delta such that z minus z0 mod of a z minus z0 is less than delta such that there exists a small real number delta such that there exists a reason z minus z0 less than delta such that for z minus z0 less than delta there exists for mod z minus z0 is less than delta, there is no any other singular point there is no any other singular point in mod of a z minus z0 is less than delta, then we say that then z equals z0 is a what? Isolated singular point. There is no any other singular point in z minus z0 is less than delta, then this one is already written this here. So there is no need to return again it and this one here. A singular point z equals z0 is called isolated singular point if there exists a small real number, very small real number, delta such that this one is a reason z minus z0 is less than delta. In this reason, except this singular point, there exists no any other singular point, then we say that this one is a what? Isolated singular point. Means we isolate z equals z0 with a reason where there is no any other point where the function is not analytic, then that point is called what? Isolated singular point, because we able to isolate that point with other singular points, then that singularity is called what? Isolated singularity. Now otherwise this one is a what? Otherwise singular point is called non-isolated singular points. Otherwise otherwise z equals z0 is non-isolated singular point. Non-isolated singular points. Singular point. Non-isolated singular points. For example, fz equal, if we take fz equal example here, fz equal z divided by z minus 1 and z minus 2. Here if we closely observe, z equal 1 and z equal 2. These are the singular points. So this function is analytic everywhere except z equal 1 and z equal 2. So what here we conclude, z equal 1 and z equal 2. So about z equal 1, we able to draw a circle where there is no any other singular points, means mod z minus 1 is a less than what? Less than 1 by 2. Less than 1 by 2. Here delta is what? Delta is 1 by 2. Means if we draw a circle of a radius 1 by 2. What is the center? Center at 1. So there is no any singular point in this region. In this region there is no any singular points. So z equal 1 can be categorized as what? Isolated singular point. Similarly, z equal 2 can be also categorized as a isolated singular point. Why? Because mod z minus 2 is a less than, suppose 1 by 4. 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is a what? Delta. Here we draw a circle, a small circle whose radius is a what? 1 by 4. Is a what? Whose center is a 2. So what we conclude here, we able to draw a small region about z equal to where function is a, where there is no any other singular point. So z equal to is also a what? Isolated singular points. Now we take one example of a what? Non-isolated singular points. So z equal 1 and 2, here we, if we write formally, z equal 1 and 2 have a what? Have isolated singular points. Isolated singular points. Now if we categorize the non-isolated singular points, how we categorize the non-isolated singular points? Non-isolated singular points. Suppose we take fz equal what? fz equal 1 upon sine pi by z. Sine pi by z. So how many number of singular points? There is infinite number of singular points. So why I am saying this one? If you put denominator sine pi z by z equal what? 0. So what is the general term? General term become pi by z equal what? N pi. N pi. Then what is the value for z? Pi and pi cancel out. What is the value for z? Z equal 1 upon n. So what are the singular points? So this one is true for what? Plus minus 1 plus minus 2 for n equal plus minus 1 plus minus 2 plus minus 3 up to what? Infinite number of terms. So what are the singular points? Singular points become what? Plus minus 1 by 2 plus minus 1 by 3. Similarly, plus minus 1 by 4 plus minus 1 by 1000. Similarly, 0 is also a singular points. 0 is also a singular points. So how many number of singular points? There is an infinite number of singular points. So all other singular points except the 0 with the what? Isolated singular points. But here now we check the at z equal to 0, the function have isolated singular point or non-isolated singular point. So how we categorize this one? So here if we try to write, if we try to examine here, at z equal to 0, at z equal to 0. So here z equal to 0. This one is z equal to 0. Now if we draw a small circle around this one, means z minus mod of a z minus 0. 0 is the center. Suppose radius is a what? Radius is a less than 1 by 1000. 1 by 1000. 1 by 1000. Delta is the what? Delta is the 1 by 1000. Delta is the 1 by 1000 means what is the radius? Radius is a r is a 1 by 1000. This one is a very small region. But try to think about this one. How many number of a singular points? 1 by 1000. 1 by 1000. After that, how many number of singular points? There is an infinite number of a singular points, and all other singular points 1 by 1001 plus minus 1 upon 1002 plus minus 1 upon 1003. All singular points lie inside this one. So there is a singular points 1 by 1001 plus minus 1 by 1002. How many number of singular points? There is an infinite number of singular points lie in this region. Lie in this region. There is an infinite number of singular points lie in this region. So we unable to find out a small region where there is no any other singular point, because whatever the region we take, inside that region there is an infinite number of a singular points. So at z equals 0 is a non-isolated singular point. Non-isolated singular point. Non-isolated singular point. So we unable to isolate that singular point. If we unable to isolate means we unable to find out a reason where there is no any other singularity except z equal to 0. So this one is about non-isolated singular points. Now how we categorize the isolated singularity? So isolated singularity, how we categorize the isolated? So what is the definition of isolated singular points? Here we isolated singular points. Isolated singular points. Singular point. So we say that z equals z0 means if fz z equals z0 is the isolated singular points, if we able to find out a reason around z minus z0 less than delta where there is no any other singular points. So what is the meaning of this one? Meaning of this one, inside this region. Inside this region, function is a what? Function is analytic. So if we write in this way, so this one is a what? This one is a deleted neighborhood where the function is analytic. So in other way we say that this one is an anomalous region where function is analytic about z equal z0. So here what we say that fz is analytic in the anomalous region means z minus z0 is less than delta and less than 0. So if this one is analytic in the anomalous region about z equals z0, then we able to find out a what? Then we able to find out a Lorentz-Ridge expansion. So once we write a Lorentz-Ridge expansion of this one of a function fz, because this one is analytic in the anomalous region, this one is a definition of a what? This one is a definition of a isolated singular points. Because this one is an isolated singular point, if we able to find out this region where the function is analytic, no any other point where the function is not analytic. So if we write the what? Here this one is a region where function is analytic, then we able to write a Lorentz-Ridge expansion. So if we write a Lorentz-Ridge expansion of this one, fz equal summation n equal 0 to infinite an z minus z0 to power n plus summation n equal 1 to infinite bn upon z minus z0 to power n. And we know that this one is called what? This one is called Taylor part. Taylor part. Taylor part. And this one is also known as what? Analytic part. Analytic part. Analytic part. And this one is called what? Principal part. Principal part. principal parts. So if z equals z0 is isolated singular points, then we write a Lorentz is expansion. Then how we categorize the singularity? If there is no any term in a principal part, if there is no any term in a principal part, then isolated singular point can be categorized as a removable singularity. Okay? So what will happen here? If a principal part, removable singularity, we write here removable singular points. Removable singular points. If fz have a Lorentz expansion, Lorentz series expansion, Lorentz series about z equals z0, and principal part have no term, then singular point is called, singular point is removable singular point. Singular point. So what is the second one? Second one is a pole. So how we define the pole? If we write here, what is the pole? Pole is also a what? Under the category of a isolated singular points. Pole. A principal part have have finite number of terms. Then z equals z0 is called what? Pole. Pole of order 1 if there is a one term in a principal part. If there is a two term in a principal part, then pole of order 2. If there is a m term in a principal part, this is a finite number of a term in a principal part, m term, then this one is a pole of order m. If principal part have a finite number of a term in Lorentz series of fz at z equals z0, then at z equals z0 have pole. If one term, then pole of order 1. Pole of order 1. If there is a m term, then pole of order m. This one is a what? This one is a pole. And last one is a what? Last one is a essential singularity. So how we define the essential singularity? Here we write a essential singularity. Essential singularity, how we write the essential singularity? So essential singularity. Essential singularity. So a principal part have infinite number of terms, in Lorentz expansion, in Lorentz series of fz at z equals z0. Then we say that then at z equals z0 have essential singularity. Have essential singularity. So if we summarize this one, what we say that means if z equals z0 be the isolated singular point, then there exists a reason mod of z minus z0 is less than delta, where delta is a very small real number, inside which the function is analytic. If the function is analytic, then we are able to find out Laurent series expansion. If we are able to find out Laurent series expansion, and if principal part have a no term, then there is a removable singularity. If there is a finite number of a term, then there is a poles. If there is an infinite number of a term, then essential singularity. Now, how we define basically singular points? Removable singular point is nothing else. We redefine the function, then we able to remove the singularity. Basically, there are two type of singular points under the category of isolated singular points, poles and essential singularity. Now, how we define the poles of order m? So, if any function fz is written in a form of a what? Rational function means pz upon qz. And suppose this one is the analytic inside the anomalous region, and now if we check the pole of order m, means this one have a pole of order m or not at z equals z0, and if we write in terms of a theorem, if fz equal pz by qz and pz and qz be the analytic at z equals z0. First, second one, pz0 does not equal to 0, and qz have zeros of order m, then fz have pole of order m. Now, what is the meaning of this one? Pole have an order of m. So, here, what are the condition? Means at z equal to z0, what is the basic condition? Basic condition is a what? Basic condition is a pz0 does not equal to 0. And qz have a pole of zeros of order m. If qz have a zeros of order m, then this can be written as z minus z0 to power m upon zz. Qz equal z minus z0 to power m zz, provided zz0 does not equal to 6. zz0 does not equal to 6. Now here, if we write now fz equal, fz means a pz 0 upon qz, here qz, and this can be written as what? This can be written 1 upon z minus z0 to power m, and this one is a what? Phi z, and phi z equal what? Phi z equal, this implies that phi z equal what? phi z equal pz0 divided by qz0, and pz0 divided by qz0 does not equal to 0, not a qz0, basically gz0, and phi z equal pz0 upon qz0, and you may also say phi z0 does not equal to 0. So if we able to write this form, in this form, then we say that there exists a pole of order m, because why? Z minus z0 to power m. So z minus z0 to power m, this means that there is this one is a mth term of a principal part. So this have a pole of order m. You may be treated as this one is a proof of this theorem. So only we use the statement of this theorem, not a basically proof of this theorem. We are going to use of this theorem. And in a short form means how we say that z equal z0 is the pole of a pole, there exists a pole or not. So in a one line statement, if we say one line statement, z equal z0 have a pole if limit z tends to z0 fz equal what? Fz equal infinite. Fz equal infinite. Then we say that z equal z0 have a pole. If z equal z0 have a pole, means a denominator have a z minus z0. Z minus z0, then if we put z equal z0, z tends to z0, then what will happen? The term become infinite. At least one term become infinite. If one term become infinite, then fz become infinite. Limit of a z tends to z0, fz equal infinite. Second one, how we categorize the essential singularity. Z equal z0 have essential singularity. Essential singularity. If limit z tends to z0, fz does not exist. Does not exist. Neither finite. What is the meaning of this one? Neither finite nor infinite. So either with the help of this one. So what we say? Isolated singularity have a three types: removable, poles, and essential singularity. Removable singularity is nothing else. If we redefine the function, if we able to remove the singularity, then this one is a removable singularity. So mainly there is a poles and essential singularity. So poles, if we pz upon qz, if we able to write this one in this form. Here we erase out this one. Means if we write this one in this form, pz0 divided by z minus z0 to power m cz0. Provided pz0 does not equal to 0, gz0 does not equal to 0, then we say that at z equals z0 have a pole of order m. And either there exists a pole or not. If this z tends to z0 as z equal infinite, then we able to decide there exists a pole. But what is the order of a pole? We able to decide with the help of this theorem. If z equals z0 have a essential singularity or not. If limit z tends to z0, fz does not exist, either finite or infinite, then we say that there exists a essential singularity. Just we take one example of a pole and one example of a essential singularity, then we finish this lecture. So, what is the example of a pole and essential singularity? So, pole and essential singularity. So if we talk about a pole, suppose fz equal what? Fz equal z square minus twice z plus 3 divided by what? Divided by z minus 2. Z minus 2. So z minus 2. So here, if we closely observe here, z equal to have a what? have a isolated singular points. So z equal to have a isolated singular points. So if we expand this one, if we closely observe this one, z square minus twice z divided by z minus twice plus 3 divided by z minus twice. Okay. So here, if we take z outside, then this becomes z minus 2 divided by z minus twice plus 3 divided by z minus twice. So this one cancel out, then this becomes z plus twice upon z minus 2. So how many number of a term in a principal part? There is a one term in a principal part. So we categorize that z equal to have a pole, z equal to have a pole of order 1. So this one is example of a what? This one is an example of a isolated singularity under the category of a poles. Second one is a essential singularity. If we take what? Fz equal e to power 1 by z. Fz equal e to power 1 by z. So if we try to examine the singularity at z equals z0, z equals z0, z equals 0. So if we expand the fz binomially, then what will happen here? 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 upon z square factorial 2, and how many number of a terms? Infinite number of a terms. So in a principal part, how many number of a term? There is an infinite number. In a principal part about z equal 0, there is an infinite number of a terms. Infinite number of a terms. Infinite number of a term. In a principal part of a Lorentz expansion of fz equal e to power z. So at z equals 0, there is a essential singularity. Essential singularity. So these are the some simple example for to decide either there is a examine, there is a essential singularity or pole or removal singularity. So in the next lecture we discuss about singularity at infinite, and we try to solve some more example